Let's keep going. The collective unconscious is closest to the surface in natural settings. So nature mirrors archetypes directly: tree, river, mountain, animal, fire. Symbols are experienced, not conceptualized. See, when we conceptualize, we spend all of our time in our brain, our heart closes down. And when our vortex closes down, then we're repressing ourselves. Nature, as we saw, helps open the heart, relieve information, heal the body. Get out of your head, into your heart, into nature. Psyche recognizes itself in natural form, meaning without explanation, like you don't have to talk. Insight without analysis, you're out of your head. Integration without effort. Dreams often deepen after time in nature. Jung noted this repeatedly. Nature integrates the shadow safely. When I say the shadow, that's our subconscious. Those are the parts of ourselves that are unrealized, the parts of ourselves that are lying to us. Like I had in my subconscious, fear all men. Well, that's fearing half the population. I mean, how much anxiety do you think I had? A lot, right? Depression, 4 to 7 migraines a week, tons of pain, tons of medications. I mean, I was a shit show. I also, in my subconscious, had a lie that I'm replaceable. No one's replaceable. But I'm replaceable meant I attracted in men who had multiple women who were, replacing me to show me myself. So nature provides a non-moralized container for shadow material, decay, death, danger, wilderness, unpredictability. And so we can see ourselves outside of ourselves, helping us to self-reflect. That's the DIY part of it. It helps you self-reflect. That's what my free ebook below will help you do, help you self-reflect. Instead of projecting shadow onto other people, politics, and enemies, we see that all day long, especially in the cities, because we are projecting our hearts. We live in a holographic universe. So what draws my perception and attention is all based on energetic resonance. So when I have selfishness at 20 hertz and selfishness in somebody else at 20 hertz, just an example, when this 20 hertz moves, this 20 hertz also moves based on the laws of physics. So it draws our perception. Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. So when my attention turns to their 20%, their 20, hertz, when my 20 hertz moves towards them, then that's called a quantum entanglement. But if I don't have that 20 hertz, I'm not going to be attracted to their other 20 hertz because that's not showing me myself. Only things that will show me myself, what's good, where I need to improve, will draw my perception and attention. You ever notice that you see a movie with your best friend, you can come out with 2 completely different lessons or, perceptions of the movie? That's because what draws your attention is different from what draws your best friend's attention based on the wounds and the wisdom inside of their soul, based on how their soul is vibrating. When they saw the movie, were they vibrating with shame? Did they connect with shame in the movie? Or do they connect with compassion in the movie? Which part of themselves connected to the movie will determine the lessons learned, inside out, not outside in. So nature allows shadow to be experienced symbolically, reducing destructive projection. So when things are symbolic, right, that's the heart, because it's not direct. You can't command a vortex, but you can feed it new information. So nature provides a lot of really healthy information while at the same time naturally healing and the body and helping you let go of emotional pain. So nature restores instinct and embodiment.